Everyone, Warframe is introducing new augment mods this next Warframe Dante Unbound March update. And if you don't know, we're listening to some Doom OST in the background, so yeah, some pretty good music. These new augment mods are seemingly ridiculously good for some Warframes, decent for others, and maybe a little useless for some others, if, you don't like them. So let's go over what they are and then take a look at the Warframe's ability to see how it really works. For Stynax, we have Axios Javelineers. Okay, Axios Javelin Augment. A pair of Stynax Spectres spawn to throw javelins, creating vortexes on impact. Impale an enemy to increase vortex duration for 5 seconds. So I don't know if that's going to be OP, but it sounds like it'll be at least good enough CC for Stynax javelins, because you know how Stynax's first javelin works? It looks like it just transfers that over to his fourth Axios javelin, or it kind of makes his first augment. Okay, I gotta double check which is Axios javelin, but yeah, it looks like it just makes more vortexes and more spears with the little shadow dudes that spawn up. But either way, we'll take a look after. Loki Damage Decoy. Enemies who attack the decoy receive 300 random status effects, and the reflected damage is increased by 350%. So that 300 is actually 3, so it's not that ridiculous, okay? Enemy suffers 3 high damage status effects. Okay, nothing amazing. But yeah, a lot of these, by the way, could be changed by final release. The stats on them could be changed. Nija Divine Spear Augment. When a speared enemy suffers from a status effect, the status effect spreads to all speared enemies. Speared explosions apply 10x status damage. Honestly, that would be a fun AoE, high range, high strength build for Nija. You just have high AoE status spreading and kill everyone. You just spam it, right? You can have all of your like firewalk everywhere, right? Because that's just how they work, and then just kill them. Okay, pretty cool. I like it. Elude Augment, Elusive Retribution for Baruch. Every attack Baruch eludes increases his melee attack speed and melee crit damage by 5%, up to 30%. And then you mod that shit with strength, and it'll be so much better, okay? So melee attack speed and melee crit damage 5%, up to 30%. Damn, so you're gonna attack fast and you're gonna hit hard with crits. Love it. For Guardian Armor, Vex Armor Augment, Chroma's health takes 50% of damage dealt to allies. Squad's kills restores 5% of his health and increases Vex Armor duration by 1%. So, incredibly, you are a support tank. Your allies will take some damage, okay? Okay, not bad. And they kill enemies and restore your Vex Armor and your health. So essentially, it's a Ouroboros. You take damage for them, they kill enemies for you, right? A little never-ending cycle. Not too shabby. I'm pretty happy about that. I like it, okay. I think they're good mods. The next set of mods are as follows. Yareli. This one makes Yareli probably a lot cooler. Yareli Augment, okay? Loyal Marilina. Yareli no longer rides Marilina. Instead, Marilina follows her and casts sea snares on nearby enemies. 2-second cooldown. Fucking ridiculous. I love it. Yareli is cooler now. Then for Nidus, Parasitic Vitality. Okay, Parasitic Link Augment. Nidus and any all ally. God, I can't read apparently. He's bound to gains 4% max health per mutation during Parasitic Link. Okay, so you just buff the ever-loving shit out of your allies' HP, because what, you can have a lot of buffs at once, or a lot of mutations, right? So really good. Give them huge HP buff. Inaros, Nidus, best friends right now. Recrystallize. Crystallize Augment. Enemies killed by crystallized growth stagger and spread the crystals within 20 meters. That's ridiculous. 400%. Yeah, shit's pretty ridiculous on Nidus. And that's without the augment that increases it to like 250, so you could get it to like 1,000% or something like that. So either way, ridiculous. Growth spreads to crystals to enemies within. Awesome. That just makes your crystals grow around more. Valence Bond, Passive Augment. Ability casts grant 250% elemental damage. The ability's elemental lingers as status effect on your weapon for 20 seconds. Okay, that's a lot better. The lingering status effect on your weapon. That's definitely nice. Okay. Yeah, more elemental damage. Sick. Storm of Ukko Augment. Wrathful Advanced Ukko moves the Storm of Daggers to the teleportation location and increases duration by 6 seconds. Oh, okay, interesting. Just have an infinite that. So let's take a look at the abilities in relation to the augment mod. So first we have Stynax, and we have his ability Axios Javelin. Okay, so essentially Axios Javelin makes it so you throw your spear, it does damage. If it hits through enemies, it specters them in. Essentially, this just makes it so you throw more spears and you can AoE more people on Stynax. So if you want a more CC Vortex duration Stynax, that's actually pretty good overall, and it's pretty cool. So not bad. Not bad at all, right? It has an AoE range, a good duration, and then you can increase it by using it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If we take a look at Loki, his decoy is pretty simple, so it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Decoy just spawns a decoy. Now, enemies hit decoy, they take damage, and via like the 3 status effects, and the status effects do more damage. That's not insane. It has more uses for Loki, and it helps more with status spread effect if you're using decoy and anything like that. So, yeah, I don't know if it's ridiculous. I'm going to say it's not, though. I'm going to say it's not ridiculous. So, judge it how you will. Let me know what you think. But I just don't think it's too ridiculous. So this next mod was for Najah Divine Spears. Sorry. Essentially, what it did was just make it so they do a lot of damage, and if they have a lot of status effects, speared explosions apply 10x damage. So they explode and do a lot of damage if they have statuses on them. And guess what? A lot of enemies will have statuses on them, especially when you have friggin' Firewalk and Blazing Chakram and your goddamn Warding Halo, right? So you're just gonna nuke enemies with explosions, essentially, with Divine Spear. And it should actually be really OP for a large range, high strength build. And hopefully it actually just nukes the shit out of enemies, right? Because like 10x damage is a lot of goddamn damage. If you think about it, 1700, 10x it per status. God damn! Not bad, not bad. So yeah, good for Najah. Next up we have is your boy Baruch. Okay, the Pacifist's Monk of Fury. And this essentially makes it's an elude augment. So whenever he eludes this one, it dodge incoming projectile, right? Whenever he dodges, he gets a huge melee bonus for crit damage and attack speed. So it just makes him a lot stronger. That's all it is. Good, makes him OP. Have a high angle on that. You elude goddamn near everything. Shit's OP. I'm not a huge Baruch player, but goddamn, if you want to just punch and be a monk of Fists of Fury, use him. He's pretty great. And last but not least, we have Chroma with his Vex Armor Augment. On the first 5, I should say. There's still 5 others. Vex Armor, right? Huge armor increase and huge damage increase. When shields are hit, Chroma and nearby allies' armor grows stronger. When health takes a hit, weapon damage increases. So essentially, he's just huge buffs for him and his team. And then when you throw the augment on, your Vex armor stays on forever. And you can essentially heal up infinitely, and you buff your team. So it's just a really good general mod buff. Because like, damn, look at that, dude. Look at that. More damage, like you tank more, you get your health back, and you have infinite duration if they kill enemies. It's sweet. So that's the first set of augments. Now let's take a look at Yareli. Yareli, I would say, is pretty self-explanatory because it essentially makes it so that you have your Marilena here. Instead of riding Marilena, Marilena comes out and attacks enemies. Will Marilena still have the damage reduction setup and health? I think so, which might make Marilena and might make Yareli overall a fuck ton better. So this is actually awesome. Plus, Marilena follows her and casts sea snares on nearby enemies. So Marilena, Yareli, absolute W. Just good shit, good shit. Parasitic Link on Nidus. So this is for Parasitic Link Augment, okay. Now we go over to Nidus here. We see Nidus and we're like, bam, he's a pretty cool Warframe. So Parasitic Link will increase your damage 4% per stack. Parasitic Link stacks up to, or each stack of mutation. And you can have a lot of stacks of mutation. You can also throw on, I think, an augment mod to allow even more stacks of mutation. So you can get crazy with it. By default, yeah, I think you can increase damage by 400%, having 100 stacks of mutation with Parasitic Link. and using that with everyone, oh my god, you and an ally and any ally are gonna get huge health boosts, not damage, sorry, health boosts. So I think Nidus will be good with Inaros because of this. So Citrine, recrystallize. Let's take a look at Citrine. Good Warframe. If you take a look at her ability, it is a crystallize augment, which is the AoE ulti, and it increases your crit chance when you shoot the crystals. So that's actually really good overall. It might make it so you have infinite crystallize because it keeps spreading within 20 meters AoE. So recrystallize on her, right? Huge crit chance boost, sadly not affected by strength, is overpowered. Still good, maybe not OP, but still good. Either way, love it. Lavos, Lavos, Lavos. A Warframe I personally don't care for. So you have Lavos here, right? Passive augment, valence bond, ability cast, grant 250% elemental damage. The ability's element lingers on your stats effect of your weapon for 20 seconds. So he just gets a buff. Whenever he casts an ability, he just gets a damage buff, and it can be whatever element you make it because it's Lavos. So that's sick. Love it. It drops around for whenever Warframe's prime time is, because that's how Warframe prime time works, right, everyone? Yeah. Last but not least, Wrath of Ukko, Clairvaux, Storm of Ukko, teleports you to location, or enemies you teleport around location. Storm of Ukko. Nice. Increases duration by 6 seconds. So, yeah, right? Wrathful Advance moves the Storm of Daggers to the teleportation location and increases duration by 6 seconds. So you'll constantly Storm of Ukko, move it around with Wrathful Advance if you want, and it will increase the duration. So if you're Wrathful Advancing around and killing enemies, your Storm of Ukko follows you. The duration will be damn near infinite as long as you use your first ability every 6 seconds or less. Those are all the augments for the new Warframes, and new Warframe augments, I should say, during the Dante Unbound March update. Let me know what you think. They look really good, and yeah, I like them. So let me know what you think. Like, use Epic Games creator code Pupsker if you want to support the channel, and of course, check out all socials in the YouTube description and all descriptions. Yeah.